Have you ever loved a movie so much that you couldn't imagine a world without it? What if I told you that Dirty Dancing was almost destroyed before anyone ever saw it? A major Hollywood producer watched this film and said, "Burn the negative and collect the insurance." The same movie that made over $200 million. The same movie that won an Oscar. Someone wanted it set on fire. The studio planned to show it for just one weekend before dumping it to video. Test audiences were confused. Marketing partners walked away. And the two lead actors? They could barely stand each other. Stick with me, because I'm going to reveal the unscripted moment that almost didn't make it into the film. The moment both actors forgot happened. The moment that became one of the most iconic scenes ever. Let's get into it. The script nobody wanted. The Dirty Dancing script was rejected 43 times. 43 studios said no thanks. They didn't see the potential. They saw a small-budget dance movie, and they passed. Finally, a tiny studio called Vestron took a chance. But they only gave it $6 million. Most films had budgets of $30 or $50 million. This tells you how little faith they had. When executives watched the rough cut, they hated it. Producer Aaron Russo said burn it and collect the insurance. Test screenings were disasters. 39% of viewers didn't even understand a major subplot. Then their marketing partner Clearasil walked away after reading the script. Vestron was convinced they had a flop. They planned one weekend in theaters, then straight to video. This movie was set up to fail. But when it premiered in August 1987, audiences loved it. Word spread like wildfire. Lines formed around the block. It grossed $214 million from a $6 million investment. The movie they wanted burned became one of the biggest hits of 1987. The controversial title. The title itself almost destroyed everything. Censorship officers thought it was an adult film. Canadian authorities actually held up the footage at the border. Patrick Swayze hated the name. He fought to change it. He admitted in interviews he absolutely despised the title. Want to know the alternative? I was a teenage Mambo queen. Yeah, thank goodness they kept Dirty Dancing. The casting that almost wasn't. Patrick and Jennifer almost weren't in this movie. Billy Zane was actually cast as Johnny first. But producers let him go when they noticed he had no chemistry with Jennifer. Val Kilmer and Benicio del Toro also auditioned. For Baby, Sarah Jessica Parker and Winona Ryder tested for the part. Jennifer was paid only $50,000. A tiny amount considering the film's success. Despite working together before, Jennifer admitted she was terrified of Patrick. She wasn't a trained dancer like him. But here's the shocking part. They could barely stand each other. The chemistry was real tension. Patrick and Jennifer had worked together on Red Dawn. That's where tensions began. Producers were actually hesitant to cast them together again. They clashed constantly because of different acting styles. Patrick wrote in his autobiography that Jennifer was emotional. Sometimes she'd cry if criticized. Other times she'd giggle and ruin takes. Jennifer said his fearlessness with her fearfulness was like opposites. He'd do anything. She'd be scared of everything. Reports say they argued before filming began. Kenny Ortega said they brought conflict and love every day. They were like human fireworks. Here's the crazy part. They both aced their chemistry test. So filmmakers made them rewatch it to remember how well they could work together. And it worked. That tension actually created the magic on screen. The push and pull between confidence and vulnerability added depth to their relationship. The unscripted magic. Some of the most beloved moments were complete accidents. The iconic scene where Johnny trails his fingers down Baby's arm? Totally unplanned. Jennifer's giggles were real. She was genuinely ticklish. Patrick's frustration? Also real. He was actually upset. Producer Linda Gottlieb said they forgot they even filmed it. They res-hot it without the giggles. Only in editing did they find the original take. Everyone burst out laughing when they saw it. They'd completely forgotten. They decided to use it, and it became one of the most memorable scenes. Another unplanned moment? The Love is Strange dance. That wasn't scripted either. The actors didn't know cameras were rolling. They were just rehearsing. The cameras captured genuine chemistry you can't fake. Patrick's hidden pain. But while these moments were captured, Patrick was hiding something devastating. Every time you see him dance or lift Jennifer, he was in excruciating pain. Patrick had a severe knee injury from his teenage football career. At 24, a tooth infection turned into a staph infection in his bloodstream. It settled in his injured leg. Doctors warned he risked leg amputation. He survived, but the pain never left. His resume said no dancing to avoid aggravating it. Ironically, he became a star dancing. Most of the cartilage in his knee was gone, bones grinding painfully together. Lifting Jennifer in water felt like 500 pounds. During log balancing scenes, he fell repeatedly. His knee swelled so much it required draining. Viewers would never know. His professionalism masked the pain completely. This was a man putting his body on the line for his art. Brutal filming conditions. Patrick wasn't alone in suffering. Outside temperatures hit 105 degrees. Inside with equipment 120 degrees. 10 people fainted in 25 minutes during one shoot. A veteran actress collapsed and went to the emergency room. Then there was the cold. The lake scene was filmed in October. Water temperature 40 degrees. Jennifer said it was horrifically cold. She only endured it because she was young and hungry. Patrick called it hypothermically cold. They filmed it repeatedly. To fake summer, crews spray painted grass and leaves green. The entire summer vibe was actually autumn. Jennifer later said what you see in that scene was real. Real gratitude, real respect, real care. All the hardships created authentic emotions that transcended the screen. Jennifer's career tragedy. After Dirty Dancing, Jennifer seemed destined for stardom. But before the premiere, tragedy struck. A devastating car accident claimed 2 lives and injured her boyfriend Matthew Broderick. Years later, she made a decision that altered everything. She got rhinoplasty in the early 90s. Complications required a second surgery. The transformation was so drastic that close friends didn't recognize her. Jennifer said it was like a disfiguring accident. She became conventionally pretty, but it destroyed what she built. She contemplated changing her name to start over. The surgery disrupted her Hollywood momentum completely. Fans said she looked boring and like everyone else. She's since written a memoir called Out of a Corner about these experiences. The sequel controversy. Should there be a sequel? Jennifer Grey will executive produce and star in a new film set 30 years later. It's coming summer 2025 after strike delays. They'll honor Patrick by incorporating his character without recasting him. But Patrick's widow has doubts. Patrick previously rejected sequel ideas. He thought the original ending was perfect. Public reaction is mixed. Some say don't touch perfection. Others can't wait. Nothing can replace the original. But maybe it's about honoring what came before while telling a new story. Does knowing the truth ruin Dirty Dancing? It makes it better. Every smile from Patrick came through real pain. Every awkward moment reflected real tension. Every laugh was unscripted. Every triumph happened despite everyone saying it would fail. This was a miracle. A film that survived 43 rejections, near cancellation, brutal conditions, injuries, and 2 leads who barely got along. And it became one of the most beloved films ever. That's the real magic. Not that it was perfect, but that it was real. Now, when you watch that final dance, you'll know the truth. The sacrifice, the dedication, the humanity, and you'll appreciate it even more. Which secret shocked you most? Let me know in the comments. And if you love this, subscribe for more behind-the-scenes stories. Thanks for watching.